I forgot to do the intro again. Man,
Yeah,
I totally suck. Yeah, Saturday, so my brain isn't like totally.
It's already.
Yeah, and it's been a long day. I mean, I got here real early today to finish stuff. That's what all this stuff is here on the desk behind us is all class prep. Class prep. This is class prep. We were class prep. It's getting stuff ready for the class.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So this is some cool. This is a fail as far as I'm concerned, but it's still pretty cool. A little 3D printed thing that I designed this morning for part of the class project. But anyways, good day, everyone, and welcome to what we like to call the Saturday show. I hope everyone had a wonderful week. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yo, what's up? Look at quick question. Running a single RCA, and I mean one RCA for a subwoofer amp from aftermarket radio. Will I be okay going full signal using left or right from source to amp, or should I buy a Y adapter? No, you're fine. So
you have a Sony.
You can't do it the way you're talking. So you don't like. Okay, so this is one of those things. This is how you blow up a radio kind of thing. Okay, so you're running one RCA. If your radio has so you thought Sony, like he has a mono RC output. He doesn't. He's just running a single RCA, so it's the opposite of a Sony.
Okay.
So
you have two RCAs.
You have two RCAs.
Yeah, and you only running one. Okay.
You're only running one. You cannot wire these two together that are outputs to a single RCA to run back, because you will be shorting out the RCAs, because you'll be taking a left positive and a right positive, and you'll be going, and it won't like that. So so like on a Sony, like you're talking about, has a mono RCA output. It's predetermined that way. It comes off of the chip like that. So the summation is done inside of the deck. If you do it, that would be like taking a left positive negative speaker and a right positive negative speaker and going on top of them. So twisting the positive outputs and negative outputs together. Yeah. It doesn't like that. That's when your amplifier goes into protection. It says, what the hell, bro? So pick a left or a right for sure. Doesn't matter which one. Now, where this might become useful, your Y jack is back at the amplifier. Okay. So it's AC, which means it doesn't matter how many times you Y it off. It's still 5 volts out or 4 volts out or whatever it is. So if you put 10 Y jacks on it, it's going to be 4 volt, 4 volt, 4 volt times 10. It's pretty cool. It's like Christmas lights. Think of it exactly like Christmas lights. Okay. The more Christmas lights you add, it doesn't hurt anything. You just keep stacking Christmas lights. Yeah. Now a Y jack back by the amplifier might be helpful, because you'll be putting more voltage into the amplifier. Okay. So if you just have a left output, and let's say it's between 2.5 to 4 volts, that means you're only going to put 2.5 to 4 volts on the mono input of the amplifier. However, if you run a Y jack into the amplifier, that means you'll be running dos, Spanish of the day, voltage input. So you won't have to turn your gain up as much. It's pretty crazy. So either way, but don't do what you asked, because that would be bad. And see, it wasn't a quick question. It wasn't a quick question. You totally threw it all off. All right. So with that being a quick question, I'm going to throw this up here and turn that on. And this first segment of the show is brought to you by the fine folks at Focal. Ooh, are you headed to MasterTrack Expo? If you're not, you should have been. Still have time. It's next week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anyways, Focal makes a plethora of speakers for you to choose from to make your car an awesome, just listening environment. Prime example, today we had a gentleman come in with a Ford Ranger Raptor. Yeah. Yes. He bought one of those. Never seen that one before. No, it was like a little version of a F-150, but cooler.
I like the seats.
It was actually a really nice truck. Yeah. Just nobody buys them. It's very, very sad. Anyways, he had the BO system in it. It sounded like crap. And most of the time, we're not swapping out those speakers. But this gentleman was just he just wanted better tweeters, because the tweeters in that were soft. And I was like, you know what? Fine. Let's do some better tweeters. We did the Focal inside F-150 or Ford front end on it to give him that neo tweet, do you ever? I was gonna say metal tweeter. Had the metal tweeter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, did the metal tweeters up front. Man, he got it. First thing he says, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So, anyways, those are the Focal insides. Check it out. Head over to focal-america.com. Okay. Now, go ahead and get your questions in. Fernando will start to, as soon as he, stops playing around, he'll start tagging them up, and we can start asking.
I'm coming.
Yeah, no, take your time.
Had to finish that one because it was.
What would you have to finish?
This.
Oh.
So I didn't like that there was lines on the side.
Hold on, let me hide this.
Right here.
Right, what? Okay, hold on. It's hide. There we go. Okay.
So that was lines from the drawing over here, and it didn't look right. Okay. So I just deleted it.
My only thing is like these are red, and this is reddish. I would have this be like something that pops bigger than red. At the end of the day, this is just going to be black and white anyways.
Yes.
So
it doesn't matter.
I know. I think they should be square.
That's the reason why I wanted to put it in.
Zoom all the way out.
No.
Literally zoom all the way out. So this is Fernando's future measurement sheet. So anytime we get a car in that we're going to be doing DSPN before we start on the project. So
this is what I wanted to do, for example. Boom.
What did you
see? Yellow piece on the top.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. Because this is going to print black and white. It's not going to print color. So, yeah, you don't need
But then you know that you have to put there.
Yeah, but it's one color, black. The whole thing is going to be black.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways. So it's very important that if you're going to be doing a car and you're going to be putting a DSP in it, is to measure the position of the seat before you start. Because the person might be taller, shorter than you. You have no idea. And, you want to be able, and I don't trust seat memory either. No one knows how to use that properly, apparently.
Well, sometimes they don't even
set it up.
No.
Yeah. So we always measure the seats and make sure it has, if it's got one of those, when it goes off.
It has one of those what?
One of those, that slides back so you can get out of the car because you're.
It's like an airplane.
Yeah, you're like, you're just going for a ride in the car, like, hey, I'm backing up.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you said hi, I would like to say hi back. Those fibers are legit. Hi, Dave. Alabama.
Did you say hi to everyone?
Walloped. Oh, football. Is it what sport? Is it baseball?
Soccer.
No, it's Alabama and Tennessee.
It's
totally not soccer.
They have.
It's totally not soccer.
Bro.
No, it's maybe baseball. Hello from Vegas. I hope everyone is safe.
There you go. Keep going.
I hope everyone is safe too. I love this one, Austin. This is totally not watching while driving. It's okay. It's okay. I've done it. I've ended up in a
yes.
Good afternoon, guys. Sunny blue skies in California. That's what we like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Californication all the way.
Can you say your favorite phrase? No, you can't.
Dash?
No.
Oh. Howdy, Brad.
Hi, Brad.
Hello from Athens. What's happening?
What's up?
Hello, gentlemen. Hi, Melissa. Still haven't emailed Brad so he can send you a hoodie. I'm just saying. Fang, Dave, Weber, you're all getting highs out there. GS says we're getting some strong winds ahead of the main system here in East Tennessee. Oh, that sucks. Hi, Brad. I promise I'll call you this week. But seriously, don't even bother calling them this week. We're going to be at Master Tech Expo.
Well,
just saying. Master Tech Expo. Listen, I leave for Master Tech Expo on Wednesday. If you're coming by the booth to see me, just see us.
There you go.
Brad will be the tall one with no hair.
It's my size. Brad is my size.
If you were on my shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And about the only similarity is the fact that this area right here we match. His is a little bit more than mine, but Hi, Brad. I promise. I'll call. Yeah, okay, got that one. Okay. Anyways, moving on. I just like doing the voice, not gonna lie. Oh, who's lucky for? Hey, it's Focal. Very good. All right, let me get slow down here.
There you go.
What's
your RTA mic stance looks like?
Okay.
You're gonna be surprised because it's literally a mic stand.
Microphone master DMC calls 1, 2, 3, 4 casualties. Anyways, I'm going through my Beastie Boys. Okay. So this is our mic stand. Okay, now you might be saying, what? How does it? Because what?
Well, hang on. Before you say, most people, that's what they do. They put it under the seat. I mean, on top of the seat. But this is short, like me. You see? So this one goes.
So first things first, 90 on the microphone.
Yep.
And then this.
Well, before you put the microphone, you slide that one between.
Yeah, you slide it underneath the headrest.
The headrest.
Push the headrest down.
Yep.
And then this just kind of sits. Sometimes you kind of do this to get a little weight if it's a narrow headrest. And you work this until you get it exactly the way you want it. And there, that's it. This allows us to put this all the way to the back of the headrest. So if you look at it sideways, it's kind of like right where your ear would be.
Put that one. Put this screen, and then put you picture in a picture.
No, sorry, I can't do it.
Anyway, so as you see on the drawing right here, it goes there, and that 90 right here on the top goes literally on top of the headdress.
Literally.
Not
figuratively, literally.
Literally. And it works fine.
Well, no, it works fantastically.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't work, I would buy something different.
Yeah.
Because we don't play those games. But anyways, the 90 is what makes that possible. And that's an XLR cable, so it's easy to get an XLR 90. If you're using a USB mic, I would just pick up a 90 USB-C or something like that. So if you're using like a, I don't even know where they're at.
What?
Yeah, I was thinking about bringing one of those.
Which one?
The mini RTA mic, mini DSP RTA mic that we have. You know, the mini DSP USB-C mic that I bought.
Mini DSP.
Mini DSP is the brand.
Uh-huh.
I bought their mic because
Mm-hmm.
we were going to use for Forza or for Accordio.
Yeah.
And my Windows machine didn't like it.
Yep.
So,
right there.
What if the car's headrest is part of the seat?
What if the car headrest is part of your seat?
So the nice thing is we've been doing this, as you know, Jeff, a very long time. And most cars nowadays, that's not the issue. Older cars, sure, but I think you have to have a detached headrest now. And the older cars we get that have that, such as like a Porsche, they're not doing these things. So we haven't really run into any issues.
No.
And if we do, I got a whole roll of tape, bro.
No, you have a 3D printer. Now you can figure it out.
Dude, we got lasers. We got 3D printers. We got bubble gum. I got some sticky tack.
No, you know what? We have a tripod that we can put on the seat.
Why would we use the tripods?
Because I can use
or
the tripod.
six to 10 Gorilla Pods that we have.
Yes.
I mean, we can suspend some stuff. Trust me.
Yeah.
We got the capability.
That will be no issue.
But anyways. That's why we use that one. And there again, tripods, there's a mic stands, you know, there's some really cool mic stands that'll do the same thing. That's just been really good to us. You know, it's like
so many years, yeah.
So many years just doing its job, you know. Got to give Dean and Fernando points on attention to detail on the headrest unit install on the VW, taking the extra time to make it look good. It's his. I don't want to have to listen to him complain.
Oh, I was complaining a lot.
Oh, my God. Like, yes. We didn't catch any of the complaining in the video.
That would have been good. No, that would have been not good. Because I say, I don't want it. I don't want to look like that. No, it's too much. It's too big. And then it's like,
dude, he's the littlest pain in the butt. Oh, my God.
But it was so good. It's like, dude.
But then the bad part is I'm sitting there trying to explain to him what I'm doing. And his brain just turns into a wall of, nope.
No, I didn't like no.
And I'm like, dude, you know I'm gonna do this.
Let's not put it on.
And he's like, I got this, man. And he's like, nope. I'm like, and I try to explain to him what I'm doing, and he's like, nope. I'm like, Give me a minute.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Nope. Asked this question last live. Don't know if you answered or have had you guys use the crimp stud like the rivet nut, but a stud. Can you send a link? Possibly
yeah.
I don't know what it is. Because, I mean, I don't know.
Probably not.
Yeah, so like a nut cert tool, I'm assuming is kind of what you're talking about. We have tons of different versions of that.
Wow, I feel so. There you go.
Because you didn't roll it up.
I didn't put the whole thing in. I was like, why I'm like this?
You rolled the table over. Anyways, I don't, maybe if you, yeah, maybe like where it's at or something, then we can check it out.
You know what? You should post the link on the Clean Wire Club.
Or just here, so maybe you can post it here, or just I don't know. I wish you could send pictures. No, let me take that back. I don't want anyone sending pictures.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what I was saying. It'll be balls.
Wow.
Yeah. Dean, you forgot the zip ties. I think.
On where?
Never. It's physically impossible to forget the zip ties. I mean, it just could never happen. Listening to the show. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Dude, Brad is just having a wonderful conversation in the back. I'm glad we could facilitate his. I'm giving Brad a hard time because he's gonna. He's such a nice guy. He would say, "I didn't mean." You're fine. I'm fine. I'm giving you a hard time. French fries next week. Dean, thoughts on the Parts Express mini mic? I love it. It's actually I've been trying. Okay, you gotta remember, like Bobby, I think is better than anyone that like my brain is just like. So it's on my list of things to buy, but I ended up buying the mini DSP mic first because we needed it for the video we did with Ken, and then it turned out it didn't work. However, depends what you're gonna do, because the Behringer stuff that we got that's
what it is.
That stuff is pretty awesome, but I don't think that won't work with an iPad. That's definitely laptop type stuff. So all right, Fang. Fang is on point as always.
Thank you so much, man.
Keeping us going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch over here to these guys, and let's turn them back on. Oh, I don't know how that got turned off. How did it get turned off? Focal got turned off. I'm sorry. AudioControl, audiocontrol.com. So AudioControl, if you didn't know this, if you're looking for a radio and you're checking out like the high 10 or the what is it now? It's not the high 10. It's the what's the new one? We got the 12-inch, then we got the 10-inch, the Horizon.
The Horizon 12.
So the Horizon 10 and 12 are unique in that they both have 8-channel preamp output, but they also have the ability to connect to the DM810 or any of the DM amplifiers from AudioControl and control them from the dash. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sometime, hopefully before June, we're going to have our good friend Matthew on, and we're going to have a full demonstration. He's going to walk us through the whole thing and show us how it all works.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about that, if we don't get time to do it between now and then. So head over to audiocontrol.com. Of course, they have all kinds of fun things. I like the fact that their woofers come with grills. That saved me today. So steering used to make RCA ends that you could solder on your own way. Why have major manufacturers stopped making these? At least, what's your thoughts? You're right. Couple reasons. One, there's no money in it. Straight up what it is. Amazon, you can go buy some RCA tips for next to nothing. These guys don't. Somebody else is doing it better than them. More than likely, they're just going to walk away from it. Two, people don't like to solder. We're a society of like, So what they did come out with is this guy, actually. I think Kicker also sells these. It's a pigtail. It's a 6-inch pigtail with an RCA tip on the end of it. So we use these.
Have to solder. But connector?
Whatever you want to use. I mean,
tape?
We solder. And then there again. But we use a ton of these, especially on like the Rockford P300s or anything. We use a lot of these on ARC audio amplifiers too. This allows us to make the RCAs as long or short as we want. And it has the tip that I like on it, which is the same thing, comes on a 4000. But but these are in the Stinger X line. There's like an X12 or something like that. But anyways, this is what they have. But no, I'm with you. I struggle to find any of that stuff. It's always on like the DIY forums and stuff. They have some like, hey, buy it. And it's like, you know, like Brian uses Cat 5 cable and just solders tips on it. You know, and it's like, I almost really like that idea.
Yeah.
Because it's so thin. You know, it's very thin.
Really?
I think this is, are you looking up the tool?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay.
I can.
All right, cool. Thank you. He's, all right, I'll keep going here. Trying to put in a DSP, NVX, bunch of numbers. Is there info on how to set up DSPs to help me install? There is a ton of information about DSP, about how to use a DSP on the internets. Your specific DSP, probably not like a ton of information on that one. But my guess is it probably uses the same Chinese software that 60% of the DSPs on the market use. But as far as setting it up,
it's the plastic one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's a plastic rivet.
Oh, we have that.
I thought we have one.
We do.
Yeah.
It's right over there in the box still. Because we've never used it.
Yeah.
But we have it.
Oh, we have it. Yes.
We have it. I don't know why, but we got one. Like anything else, I saw that. Ooh. Anyways, as far as like processes for setting up a DSP, if you want to get deep into it, you can go over to AudioFrog and check out the AudioFrog U pages. Andy Waymeyer does a really good job of kind of explaining that. If you're just like, what should I do first when, you know, attaching a DSP to a system? The steps I like to take is first, you have to get your input and output properly set up, meaning the signal that is coming in needs to be routed to where it's going out. So, for example, if it's a 6 to 8 or a 6 to 6, you have 6 RCAs coming in. You need to tell it where those 6 RCAs are going. So if you have something coming in channels 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, you need to tell it what is what. So on any DSP, the first step you do is set up your input-output routing so that it knows what to do. That is key. After you've set up your input-output routing, then you're going to set up your crossovers because now you know what channel is what. So you'll set up the crossovers. If it's a passive system, like let's say 6, you're just doing like front rear sub, Butterworth 12 dB should be fine. If you're doing active, meaning you're going to do like tweeter mid, then you're going to want to use 24 dB link with Riley between them. So there's some nuggets there. Once you've set up your crossovers, at that point, if you want to do some listening, you can. That's the point to where we start doing the tuning on the equalization. Actually, I'm skipping a step. Next is going to be time alignment. So that is where we add in our time alignment numbers. So depending on the DSP, some DSPs you just measure from where your head would be out to the speaker locations. And then you type in the numbers. Some of them require you doing math, meaning find your 0 point. So like the passenger door should be your 0 point, and then everything else you subtract. So if that's 56 inches and this is 36 inches, you'd subtract that. And the 20 something that you'd have left over would be what you put in. Not all are like that. Most of them have a calculator now. And they just tell you, you know, type in a bunch of numbers and spits out the math, which is really nice. So you'd put that in. And then at that point is where we start to move on to the equalization side of things. So we would shut the doors, put it in the RTA, start playing pink noise, start adjusting, start blending, start doing that whole process. That's where it could take a while. Once you get to that point where everything is looking good on the RTA, then you hop into the car and you make your final adjustments, meaning just because it looks good on the RTA doesn't mean it actually sounds good. So now you have to hop in. You have to do some level adjust. You might need to adjust your center image for time alignment. You might need to turn channels down. You adjust levels with time alignment, not distance. You can plus or minus 3 inches about I give on distance because sometimes measuring you could be off. It's understandable. So I'll give it plus or minus 3. And if that's not getting me where I need to, that means it's a level issue. So then I'll go back in and leave the math alone and just adjust the level. But yeah, it should take you several days or at least several hours to get it to where you're going to like it. Good afternoon. Made an unexpected purchase today. Went to the one of and only shop open on Saturday. Wanted to look at Focal Access. He doesn't have it on hand, but can order it. Ooh, so did you buy some? So I'm a big fan of always upgrading. Access is fantastic. Slate fiber, a little bit more. Super sexy. Anyways, has JL changed for the better or worse since selling to Garmin? I think that really just depends who you talk to. If you talk to the reps that have been JL reps forever, knowing that they're all getting fired in June probably doesn't make them happy. All the marine stuff has gone to distributorship instead of direct. So I know my dealer friends that have been doing a lot of JL Marine are not happy because now they're basically anyone that was a Garmin dealer is now a JL Marine dealer. So from the perspective of like business and transactions, they would call you up and they'd ask you what you need. You'd help them out. You're basically the sales guy and, sell them the stuff. Now they can just buy it and they aren't going to, it's like cool, but if they don't know what they're doing, it's kind of silly. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It just depends, how you want to look at it. But, the employees it's a different world. It's a different world for sure.
Depends.
So it just depends on what you're trying to get from them, I guess would be the answer to that. But I still think the jury's still out. We'll have to wait and see where we're at. And, by the end of, in a year or so, once it's had time to settle down. Yes, Bobby, Resonex are solderless. And so is DD Audio. DD Audio makes those solderless RCAs also. So. Okay. Voltmeter to set gains, play 40 hertz sine wave, and measure the amp's output to 14.4 volts and call it a day. I mean, that's the bare minimum you could do. Yes. That would be the least amount of work that you could do. Now, the problem is Kicker has the sine waves you can download. They have a whole sheet on this, which is cool. So, I mean, you can head over to their website, grab their test tones. So you can use a negative 10 dB, 0, because you still need negative, like a -5, -10, -15 dB track, so that you have gain overlap, so you have some room to play, so to speak. The other thing is what is the source unit? This is where it all falls apart. So, for example, if it's a high level, then you need to figure out, is there actually signal at 40 hertz? So, a lot of guys that have bought the IRTA2 from us, their eyes are kind of open because they're like, I've been playing a 40 hertz test tone on the factory radio for years. And I'm like, well, now that you're looking at it, they're like, 40 hertz test tone sucks because there's no bass at 40 hertz. I've been cranking this thing up and then they're always like, I have to go back and turn it down because you don't know where it's at. Now you could, if you don't have an RTA, you can map what it looks like by simply picking a fixed volume on the radio and play with your voltmeter, play a 40 hertz test tone and write it down. Play a 45 hertz test tone, write it down. Play a 50 hertz test tone, write it down. Okay, so as long as you're not changing the volume, you can put points on a graph and you can see, you can play 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Get like 10 points. You can see what your radio's output is without an RTA, because an RTA is nothing more than 32 voltmeters. That's what it is. So measuring AC. So if you change the frequency, you can map, and then you can see, is 40 hertz my best move? So if you look at like 50 or 60 and 40 is way down here, 40 is not your best move. You'd want to use 50 or 60, or you'd have to figure out 60 is here, 40 is here. How many dB difference is it? And yeah, anyways, what's up, Austin Mike in the house? Oh, shit. Sorry, Ken. Oh, can I? Ken would put out 2 videos with Dean discussing. Oh, they did? I'll have to check it out. Okay. Where are they at, Fang? And I cussed. I'm sorry. I posted right below my unexpected purchase. He sold me the display slate fibers for the price of the access crossover sinks for the tweeters. 5,000. 5,000 up and down. Focal is always 5,000. And that's fantastic. I didn't see that. Now I'm happy for you, Ken. That's a heck of a deal. Bro, that guy hooked you up, bro. Those are nice. I like the slate fibers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's because for one, you're getting into that Focal in-house speaker.
And to be honest, like sometimes the display speakers, they don't get play.
Well, no, they definitely get play, or they're already broken in and you got nothing to worry about. But they're definitely
going to sound better.
Yeah, exactly. Kenwood's YouTube channel posted this morning. Thanks, Fang.
Very nice. Thanks, man.
All right, hold on. I got to do this. I'm saving ARC because someone asked me a question last week. I don't remember what it was. You're saving the ARC? I'm saving ARC until last because somebody asked me a question. And I don't remember what it was last week. And if they were here today.
Somebody say if you want to go through the DNA software.
Well, now I don't want to go through all of it, but I need
just the
part that they
quick. But I don't know. That was GS.
Oh.
So right here. Hang on. Let's go.
Dean, you were pretty dang tired when you said it, but could you do a quick ARC DNA preset and switching tutorial? That's what it was. Okay. Well, all right. So let's do this. Let's not do that yet. No. I have the laptop for just such an case. But right now, this section is going to be brought to you by our good friends at Moscone-America.com. We talked about it before, and it was funny because I want to get the Pico 8 to 10 and the Pico 1000 and put them on the display, because the other day I needed a small 1,000-watt amplifier. I needed the smallest 1,000-watt amplifier I could find, and immediately I was thinking Pico. It's a Pico. The Pico. And I was like, damn, why I need this amp here. So I'd be like, here you go. That was once. Definitely one of the smallest footprint amplifiers on the planet with tons of power, staggered power. It's SB compliant. You can flip the Pico around so you can get them to fit any way you want. It's a tiny little amp. Check them out. They come in all shapes and sizes as far as power and channels, input and outputs go. You can check them out. Moscone-America.com. Okay, keep going.
All right.
All right. Save that one question, though, because I need to read it again just to get my brain around it. But okay. All right. Could you read that for me?
Brad, thanks for the 10. If doing a 3-way front stage and already have a Rockford amplifier, T404, it is the best to use on the dash mids and tweets and get a 2-channel amp for the lower mid bass, then another amplifier for the subs, or...
So, all right, this is a great one, right? It really just depends on how much power you want for the sub. Okay, so like Rockford makes all the way up to a 600.4. They have a 600.4 in the punch and I think in the power.
Yeah, but you already have a 400.
No, it's fine. 404, like he said, the first half there, running it on the tweeter in the mid makes total sense.
Yeah.
But what about the mid and the sub? So in my world, I'm automatically thinking 4-channel amplifier. How much bass do I need? So can I get away with, let's say, 300 or 400 watts? Or maybe a 5-channel. Can I get away with a 5-channel? Because a lot of times the 5 channels will have like 500 or 600 watts, and they'll be like 70, 75 by 4 or 70 by 4, in which case I can bridge it to a 3-channel, which would be fantastic as long as I'm using 4-ohm mids. So in my mind, I want to know what the next, what is my subwoofer need? Because I'm either going to buy a 4-channel or I'm going to buy a 5-channel and bridge the 5-channel, or I'll have enough bridging channels 3 and 4 for my sub. So one of those 2 scenarios is what I'm doing. I'm not doing 3 amplifiers because that's just silly. I'm going to do 2 amplifiers tops. Now, this is where it gets fun because I could possibly end up with a DSP amplifier at this point, right? So
I think that would have been the best.
So there again, depending on the subs, you could end up with a Blackbird, because you could take channels 1 and 2. You could bridge everything.
Yeah.
So 1 and 2 to the mid, 3 and 4 to the other mid, 5 and 6 to a sub, 7 and 8 to a sub. So there's and you still have your outputs. You still have your 4 outputs to go to the Rockford 4. But if you want it all to match, there's a just get like another Rockford 5-channel or 4-channel. So
yeah,
but yeah.
I mean, if we don't need a lot of power on the sub, yeah, I would do a 5-channel.
Well, if you don't need a lot of power, you go with a 4-channel. If you want a lot of power, then you go with the 5-channel because the 5-channel always has a bigger subsection.
So you do a 4-channel?
4-channel, if all I need is like 300 watts for my sub. Like if I'm doing one sub and I don't need a ton of power, I'm gonna do a 4-channel.
Yeah.
If I need a lot of power to my subs, I'm gonna do a 5-channel because I'm gonna have that mono channel for the subwoofer, which is usually way bigger than a bridged 2-channel would be, or 2 channels.
We're not caring about rears, right? No, it's just for the fronts.
Yeah, who cares about rears?
Yeah.
Who's doing rears? God, I hate this computer so much.
Really?
Yeah, I hate it. You're gonna end up with this. Okay, so what do we got? Next one.
Next one.
All right, hold on. I got one. For my Bronco, I'm running the kicks, the KS4. All right, I'm running the kicker KS4s in the dash, split with tweeter mid, running 350 range. But should I run the tweeters at 3500 and the AudioControl PNW 6s and the kick? I set 80
to 400
to 400.
Oh, it changes.
All right, so we have weird stuff going on. Try not to have the gap so big, I think is what we're at. Should I run the tweeters at 3500? You might need to go a little bit higher on the KS. Just depends on how much power you had. But 3500 should be good. But you don't want to, like 50 hertz, like that gap, that's or the overlap there, that seems like a lot. Usually it's not quite so much, especially if you're going 24 dB. That could do weird things between the top of the dash and the bottom of the dash. You really don't need the bottom to play. So figure out what you want your lowest frequency to be. Like in this case, 350 hertz for the 4, and then just bring the 6.5 up to that same 350 hertz. Don't gap it like that. That doesn't make any sense. Bandpass is tricky. It's tricky. She's tricky. It's tricky to rock around. Anyways. Okay, so moving on.
Okay.
Yep.
Next.
Yep.
I have a 2023 Tacoma.
Nice.
Planning to do a full stereo replacement. The head unit I have and the mids, it's the DMX 1057. Any reason should I hold out for the 1058?
And a Toyota? Nah, you got plenty of room. Really, the only advantage of going to the 1058, it's going to have the same operating system, identical operating system. They're not doing anything different with the operating system. So all the features you have in a 1057 are going to be in a 1058. The one feature they're adding to a 1058, and this is where you have to decide what is important, is for one, pitch and roll, meaning if you're going off lander and you want to know what is going on. And two would be if you want the toss link output. Outside of that, all the features are the same. It's gone to, and then the only physical difference is the new 1058 is a single DIN chassis instead of a double DIN chassis. So. That should be plenty of power, Mark. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. UseWay's nice. Simple DSP, it uses that 80% of the, so it's nice.
Okay.
Best amp to power a JL TW3 10-inch. Rated is every JL speaker is rated at 400 watts apparently. I just found that out.
Really?
Yeah, all of them are rated at 400 watts. Even a W7's 400 watts. Like I was like, okay, oh yeah, they're all 400 watts. When you go to their little flow chart, like everything's 400 watts. It's like they copy and paste it. In between a JL, a Rockford, Fosgate, or anything that will make this sub shine and be punchy as possible, sub will be in a sealed box. So really what it comes down to, okay, I don't care about the brand. There's certain things you have to keep in mind when buying a sub amplifier. The most important one is where in the hell are you going to put it? Okay, that is key. All right. So this week I had a client come in and we were discussing his car and he wanted certain things. And, he's like, I want this. I want that. I'm like, where are we going to put it? There just wasn't room. There wasn't room to do what he was dreaming about. And so it was like, okay, well, let's figure this out. All right. So if we're open to different brands, then we can find different solutions. So like JL Audio, all their amplifiers really are kind of big for what they are. They haven't really evolved into anything small. Now Rockford has some small stuff. So they have the M5, so the M5 1000, which is a 1,000-watt little, and they still have a T750.1 in the micro line. So there's plenty of like small footprint amplifiers. And even over in the prime line, they have some not too small, but okay small. There's a series of JL amps, I don't know which, that are kind of that similar size. So there's that. But they're both very similar, meaning all on where does the power come out? So now it's like, okay, well, I can fit a small amp, but will it go this way? Or I can fit this little bigger amp. Where does the wire need to go? So in this case, Kicker has their 1200 watt. It's like a CS 1200.1 where the wires come out of the end, which is perfect because we have lots of room this way and no room this way. So if we were trying to do like that Rockford or the JL, they just weren't going to fit because once you went to the size that we needed, it just became a surfboard. So instead of us telling you like, hey, look at this, try to figure out where you're going to put it, measure that area, figure out if it makes sense for the wires to come out of the end or if it makes, like all on one side, usually, on the bottom, or the end plates. Does the wire make sense to come out of the end plates? So once you've kind of worked through that, then start looking for power, and whatnot. And you'll be able to find a more, in my world, if I only need, let's say 500 watts, depending on where I'm going to put it, like if I'm integrating into a factory system, this isn't getting any of that stuff. This is getting a Key 501. That's the one I want. It's this big. It's 500 watts. I have DSP built into it. So, boom. Do you have any experience with the Alpine Optim Auto Tune? No. Yeah. No, that's a mixed bag of stuff for sure. I'm in the middle of putting in Maximal Ultra HEs, Arc Audio X210s, Arc Audio A50.5, and a key lock.
Very nice.
As a starting point. Hopefully it sounds great. I mean, you're definitely starting off on the right foot. What's up, Mike?
Take your time.
Mike. Okay, so let's do this. Do you pull up the question? Can you pull up his question again that he asked about the Arc Audio DNA software?
Oh, I lost it, bro.
I literally told you to save it. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is literally what I'm talking about. No, man, no. And it's like,
so we are lasering some stuff, right?
He's such a gaslighter,
well,
bro.
I mean, we are not. The laser is lasering some stuff.
Yeah, we're just watching it.
And I'm going there, and this laser, and I'm like, bro, it's not doing anything. So Dean is in the other side of the install bay, like all the way here. And he's like, really? I used check. It was doing it. I'm like, it's not doing it. So he walked all the way, almost go there, and I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. He's doing it.
Bro, he's such a gaslighter. Yeah, it's ridiculous. All right.
You gotta have fun, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's fun. So much fun.
All right.
Okay. So
read the question.
You were pretty. Oh, yeah, we got that. Could you do a quick Arc DNA preset and switching tutorial? So go ahead and pull this thing away so here's your presets down here across the bottom. All right. So when you make an EQ adjustment or whatever it is, what you do is you press and hold here. Oh, yep, it's not going to work because the device is off. Well, it's device off. So you press and hold this little button right here, and then it'll pop up and say, do you want to save? And you click yes. Now, if I click and hold here, then it will save it to this. And I can come in and I can just toggle between one of my 4 presets. So we're in offline mode. So that's that. So now if I have my 4 presets. Now, depending on the piece of equipment you have, like for example, like a Blackbird. Blackbird has a little 2-pin wire connector in the side of it. And what those are designed to do is switch between preset 1 and preset 2. So as soon as you give one of those power, it'll switch between preset 1 and preset 2, which is somewhere over here. And then you can also have it switch to a preset for digital. It'll automatically do that. But the other thing is tools. If we go into tools and we go to A, B. Oh, okay.
A and B.
So we have A and B. Okay, so what A and B allows you to do is listen to preset 1 and preset 2, or you can listen to any one of them. So I can, let's say I have a preset 1 and I have preset 4 and I want to hear those. So I can have it manually switch every 5 seconds. I can have this where I press the button and it switches when I press the button. But this allows us to do 2 presets and see which one actually sounds better by simply just, and the auto is really cool because you can just sit there with your eyes closed and you tell it switch every 10 seconds. 5 is the default, and then that will allow you to just get in the mode, and right when you're like, yeah, it switches. It's actually quite nice.
Now I would put the song on repeat.
Yes, you want to, yeah,
because you don't want to change a song in a different, because they have different tonalities. So it's just, when you do it, I like to just hear one song over and over and over, so kind of like hear the difference. Yeah. So these are the 2 ways in which you can utilize presets. I don't know if that answers the question you had, but that's as easy as it is. It's not that hard. It's quite simple. Now, if you have the upfront display unit, then your presets are controlled right there. So once you store it in those presets, you can easily just pop through them. So GS, that was
I hope that helps. I hope that was kind of what you wanted.
Just please, may you complain at 1-800 Dean is not doing his job. So.
Bro, that's so bad, man.
Yeah, I know.
That's so bad. I'm gonna just go here with the Blackbird because, where is it? Where's it at? Why isn't it? Hold on. Oh, it is there. Jesus. Yeah. Okay. I know. It's just been
Jesus is everywhere.
I know. Jesus Christos. Yeah. Yep. So anyways, thanks. Hold. Yes, you have to hold. You have to hold. Big dummy. Don't be. Trust me. Press and hold is one of those things that it's like you have to do the same thing with the audio control. You have to right click and hold, and that's what brings up the save feature. So yeah, it's the press and hold. But AB, toggling between the AB is actually really fun. There's it's like we don't need to go down there. But hey, if you just saw that and you were like, oh my gosh, I want to be part of that world, AudioControl. ArcAudio.com is a place to be. I got up at like 6 o'clock this morning to come in and work on these things.
That was crazy, dude.
Well, I was in Darth Vader was in my room last night, and he woke me up.
Did he say that to you?
No, he just woke me up. Luke, I'm your father. Lasers and 3D printers are game changers in the shop these days.
Especially when they're not working.
Yeah. So lasers and 3D printers are kind of like having a 3-year-old in the shop, in that you got to pay attention to them all the time, and more than likely they're going to break something, usually themselves. Like somebody's going to get hurt, and there's going to be tears, and it's going to cost me money. I have 2 lasers. I have 2 3D printers. I have a total of 3 3D printers because I have 1 sitting at my house. Thankfully, that's the case because I've become an expert at pulling the damn thing apart and fixing it when it gets jammed.
4.
Well, so yeah, you have 1 too.
Yes,
sorry, I'm like Steve Jobs. I don't even think that as. Yeah, I was gonna say it's yours. You can do whatever you want with it. But like this is a 3D printed bracket that we made earlier today. Part of our class will be doing at Master Tech. So these two thingies here. So what we have is these 2 guys. Okay, so this is.
You gotta kind of put it to the light.
I know. It's just.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like. There you go. Yeah. So these mirror things, and then if we go around to the back sides, like we have really cool back sides.
Which one you think looks cooler?
regardless of which one looks cooler.
No, I want to see.
This one here, which is the 3D printed one, this is about an hour worth of
That doesn't sound
and this is about 5 minutes.
What is the sound of that?
That's what it sounds like.
It doesn't sound like that.
Dude, that fan, when the fan rolls up. So the thing is that like we tried to make two pretty much identical pieces.
What do you mean, pretty much? I think
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's a little different because it's got the 16th inch on the outside. This we countersunk it in.
Yeah.
But shiny luxury car. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
see, that's just
so,
me. Yes,
shiny
exactly.
in a luxury car. Yeah, more rugged look.
Yeah.
And there again, I mean, I could do this out of black acrylic is just
So there's like a Mercedes and this is like a Jeep.
Well, yeah,
Hey,
but black acrylic is
yeah.
like the cheapest color to buy. And then, I mean, if I wanted to, I could paint it so it looked like this because I could just put some Landau black on this, and that would be.
See, for me,
But who
laser
cares? You're never gonna see
is really cool because, like you say, you can paint or you can just do multiple colors.
Yeah. So.
I like lasers.
And then, of course, to finish the story, here is the old school boom router, baby.
Show your finger.
30 seconds. So, anyways, our class is going to be quite interesting. We're going to talk about a lot of silly things that we do here in the install bay.
Where?
Here in the install bay. Oh, Master Tech Expo. That little thing that's going on next weekend. Power is king, LOL.
Power is king.
Power
Yes.
is king. So yeah, Master Tech Expo. Look at that. 4 days. Dude, let me tell you what. I don't want to think about that right now because we still have a ton of work.
No,
I still have a ton of work. Yeah, because ooh, check these out. Check these out. Hold on, this is cool. So check out.
10 minutes.
Yeah, it's okay. Check that out. So these are the new Project M. Yeah, so these are the badges to go to the Project M.
They are
unveiling.
metal.
So, yeah, look at that. 500% efficient. Oh yeah, yes we did. 500%.
Not 100.
Not 100. 500%. So this was cool. So the Project M guys sent this out in this nice little box like this. It's metal. It's pretty cool. But yeah,
So
it's.
I'm just wondering if the lanyard is gonna be hanging to you at
When
the
you get
door.
there?
When you get there, you get a Project M.
Probably not. Probably not.
Why not?
So yeah, so it's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm pretty excited. No, we hit all the guys. I can just leave up Blackbird. Thank you, Fang. I love Fang. Fang's on point, man. Fang is the official keeper of time. Mark says, I used a 3D printer at work for a lot of stuff. I designed for my Bronco, the 6.5 inch speakers. I designed custom brackets for them. Yeah. Oh no, don't get me wrong. It's great. It's just slow. So slow. Yeah. Like this was an hour, to print this silly little thing. And there again, I know I'm probably doing something wrong. I don't know. I hit the buttons. I tell it what to do. And then it tells me how long it takes.
Mm-hmm.
For my 3-way in my C10, Lance, ID. A 4-channel DSP for the mids and tweets, and then a 5-channel kicker to bridge the mid bass and the mono channel for sub. Okay.
Very good.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. Yep. Setting up a Key 200, is it preferable to play the pink noise via CD or USB, or would it be fine playing it through the Bluetooth? I have a Firefly LDAC feeding the factory head unit aux input. So here's the deal. Whatever you're going to be listening to is what you want to play it through. Okay, so what I mean by that is if you're going to be using your Firefly LDAC feeding the factory head units aux input, if that's where you're going to spend all your time, play your pink noise through that. Okay, that's going to make the most sense, because that's what you're going to be listening to. So any anomalies that are going to appear in the pink noise will show up in that, and it'll correct for it. So that's what I would do. Have you used the AudioControl Epic amps? What's your opinion? We've played with them quite extensively because we've shot a couple videos on them. We've dynoed them. Yeah, I mean, value-wise, it's a great deal. Yeah, value's nice. I really like as simple as it is to have that power accessory and ground output. As simple as that is, or whichever remote output. Either way, yeah, constant ground and remote. As simple as that sounds, that is one of the most helpful things that anyone can put on an amplifier, especially on a straight power amplifier, because you always have a high level to low, an epicenter. There's a DSP. There's always something downstream that needs that. So it's really cool that yes, I like it. I think that's a cool feature.
It is.
So, yeah. It's funny how going down the car audio again and new gear and finding demo songs has altered my listening habits. Didn't think I'd be listening to Kenny G, but the sax gives your tweeters a workout. It does.
Yeah.
So, this morning I was listening to the Beastie Boys, because who doesn't want to listen to the Beastie Boys? And there's a song by them that was just totally threw me off. And it's called 20 Question Version. What is it called? Just 20 Question Version. Play it. You're going to be like, whoa, that's the Beastie Boys? Be like, yep. It's really cool. It's a really neat demo song for sure. Good evening, fellas. I have a 2019 Toyota Avalon using the Amp Pro into the Audison AP 8.9. I'm getting low preamp voltage from the Amp Pro 1.7 volts. Any idea? I'm getting low volume. So when you say the AP 8.9, is it the older AP? I'm assuming that's the older AP 8.9. And when you say you're getting low, so there's the switch on it that goes from 4 volts to 5 volts. Okay, so that's set to 5 volts right now. And I'm assuming you're testing it playing a 0 dB track of some kind, so like 1,000 hertz, 40 hertz, 500 hertz. Not pink noise, because pink noise won't give you the proper output voltage. If you measure it at pink noise, that's not an accurate test for output voltage. So you have to play a fixed frequency at 0 dB, turn it all the way up, and you should be getting your output voltage at that point. Now, if it's the older 8.9, like a Prima or the first generation Forzas, yeah, they're kind of lackluster. Not gonna lie, they don't have a lot of balls. However, they do have a lot of balls if, just between you and me, if you go up on the EQ instead of down, then they come alive. So, not that I've done that a couple times or every time, but that solves that problem, and it sounds fantastic. So there's room there to be had. It's just not on the input side. But there again, those are some things to check and also to try. Okay. For those who don't know about Project M, can you elaborate? All right. So Project M is a very hush-hush thing going on right now that's being privately funded by the owners of Boss. They've hired a bunch of technical people. One of them is Tony D'Amore and his partner, Juan. What's his last name? Garcia? No, Rodriguez. Juan Rodriguez. Sorry, Juan. The two of them have been hired to design amplifiers, which I think we can say, because there's one of them on the back, and he's talked about it. So there's other people that were brought in to design other products that we cannot talk about. So it's a brand new endeavor where if you could hire a really cool bunch of people and come out with some really cool products, ta-da, we have Project M. Now M stands for something. It's not Project M is just the project. Next week, is it Thursday or Friday?
It's Wednesday.
Is it No, it's not Wednesday.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, it's the 19th, no?
I don't know. I don't think it's Wednesday.
Well, next week.
Next
we're
week.
gonna let you know.
Next week, they're having their unveiling at Master Tech
Yes,
Expo. That is
exactly.
what's going to get us in the door. We do have a video that we've already filmed that we'll put up, as well as time, depending on what we got for time and what they'll let us. Hopefully, we'll be able to expand more on the Project M type thing. So this is kind of like, ooh, hold on.
March 19th.
Oh, it is Wednesday? Wow. What time? It is Wednesday, huh?
Yeah, right there.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, you guys are the ones responsible for the calendar. I just show up. We
have
talked
no
about
idea.
this. Anyways, so yeah. So just stay tuned. We'll have more information on that.
Yes.
Shortly. Legit. Apparently, we'll know more Wednesday.
All right. Right there.
I was going to say, we already answered that.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I was going to say, we
Okay.
literally just hi. Realistically, all right. Realistically, how many watts is enough for people inside the vehicle, not outside, with truck door open without hearing damage? I mean, 35 watts. Factory radio should be enough, but we know it's not. This is a loaded question because, put it this way: I could put a Blackbird in anything, Arc Audio Blackbird in anything. I could put a Pico in anything, and more than likely, paired with the right speakers, is going to be louder than 95% of the people will ever need. However, there's that 5% of the people, and out of that 5%, there's a 1%, that are like, I want my ears. I don't want to see. I just want. So it just depends. It just depends on what you're trying to do. So, boom. Yeah. So that's the show. That's it. That's what we got. We will be here Monday to do this again, because why not? It's just so much fun. We'd like to thank you guys for coming out today and playing along with us and asking some good questions. Saturday show, so it's a little bit different than the Monday show. But if you've never caught the Monday show, it's at a little later. We do it at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time instead of Saturday at 5. If you're interested, you can head over to DNF Tool Drawer, where you can pick up the electrical RTA, the one and only 2-channel IRTA2. Allows you all kinds of cool things, bunch of videos there. Check it out. I'd like to thank our
sponsors.
Yeah, people that help pay for the show. Those guys. Arc Audio, Moscone, Focal, Gladen, as well as AudioControl.
And the key tags. Don't forget the key tags. Thank you, fam.
Oh yeah, you can pick up your key tags. We still have those. There's a bag of them right there. Right, there's a bag of the key tags right there. On to the next one, as well as the wire ruler. $10 shipped right to your house. Done deal. Or if you buy an IRTA2, comes in the box. This is included. $10 value for free, just for buying one. I don't know what his question was.
I'm just trying to find it. What was your question, David? David?
Yeah, David Del Rav.
Oh, okay. So he's talking about alarms.
Oh, you asking about alarms?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't do alarms. Alarms are dead to me. Sorry. No alarms. That's a up where it's cold kind of thing. 2003
Honda Odyssey. But I think Melissa respond you. So
yeah,
Melissa is very knowledgeable.
Melissa. Look at Melissa's post. I think she responded back to you.
Yes.
So she's yes, Melissa answered it.
Yep.
So go back through and see what Melissa said. She's a dealer. She knows what she's talking about, so she's safe. So whatever she said is going to be accurate.
Yeah.
So check that out. That's all we got for you today. And I think it's Brass Monkey, Funky Monkey, not Trunk Monkey. You guys have a wonderful weekend. What's left of it? Go out, do something fun, hang out with the kids. I don't know. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work all weekend. So that's my plan. I have a baby shower, and then I'm just gonna work. So
sounds like a fun.
No, it doesn't.
Weekend.
It sounds terrible.
Sounds like a fun weekend.
No, because we have that's like 3 weeks straight now. It seems like 2 weeks.
See you guys on Monday.
I'm gonna rattle.
6:30.
Peace out, homies.
Bye, guys.